An old, abandoned house on the outskirts of the city. Night. The moon barely illuminates the rooms through the dirty windows. The air is cold, saturated with dampness and the smell of mold. Anna has always loved adventures. When her friends told her about the old house on the outskirts, where strange things were rumored to be happening, she couldn't resist. She decided to spend the night in this place to dispel myths or find something really creepy. She was already standing in front of the front door, looking at the crooked sign that read, Asterisk, Welcome, Asterisk, written in crooked letters. Her flashlight was shaking in her hand, as if warning her of danger. Anna took a deep breath and pushed the door open. It creaked so loudly that the echo reverberated throughout the house, as if someone was echoing her movement in the distance. The first sounds Anna enters the house with a flashlight. The floor creaks under her feet, and dust covers every surface. The air is heavy, as if the house itself is watching her. The walls are decorated with faded wallpaper, some of which is peeling and hanging in tatters. For the first half hour, everything is quiet. Anna was looking around the rooms, taking notes in her notebook, and even started to think that the legends about the house were just a figment of her imagination. But then she heard it, a soft whisper. It was as if someone was saying her name right behind her back. She turned around, but there was no one there, only the shadows on the walls from the light of her lantern. The whisper was so low that she wasn't sure if she really heard it or if it was just her imagination. But he didn't disappear. It continued to sound, barely audible but insistent. "Who's there?" she whispered, her voice trembling. There was no response, just silence. But now she could feel something breathing behind her. Not air, but something alive, warm and rotten. The whisper chase grows louder. The flashlight starts blinking and then goes out completely. Anna is left in complete darkness. The flashlight blinked one last time and went out. Now Anna could only see the outlines of objects, barely visible in the moonlight that filtered through the dirty windows. But even that light seemed insufficient. Every movement in the house grew louder. The creaking of floorboards, the rustling behind the walls, the quiet footsteps that she couldn't explain. "It's just an old house," Anna tried to reassure herself. Just an old house. But the whispers grew even louder. Now, it was coming from all directions, as if the walls were talking. The voices blended together, creating an eerie chorus. They said her name over and over again, but each time it sounded a little different. Sometimes the voice was childlike, sometimes old, sometimes male, sometimes female. Anna tried to run, but every step took her into new corridors that she had never seen before. The house was changing. The walls were narrowing, the floors were becoming uneven, and the ceilings were getting lower. She could feel her skin crawling and her breathing becoming more ragged. And then she realized that she was no longer alone. Something was moving behind her. Something big, slow, but relentless. She couldn't see it, but she could feel its presence. It breathed behind her, and every step she took echoed closer and closer. Finale, Anna finds an old door that seems to lead to the street. She grabs the handle, but notices that the skin of her hand has turned gray, and her fingers have lengthened. "No. What's going on? Stop it," she screamed, her voice breaking. The whispers became deafening. Now she could make out the words, "You've always been a part of this house." She looked down at her hands. They were no longer her hands. Her skin began to crack like old paint, and a black, tar-like liquid oozed from the cracks. She tried to scream, but her voice turned into the same whisper that had haunted her all night. The door opened, but instead of the street, Anna saw only endless darkness. She took a step forward, and her whisper faded into the night. Now she was a part of this house. She had become one of those who whispered, who waited, who pursued the next explorer here.